I am in complete and utter shock. These greedy motherfuckers included in that fucking funding package that they just approved and sent to the House for final approval, and I don't even know if they might have already approved it, but they included for themselves and one more guy, because all of the articles are saying up to 9, and this is only 8 piece of shit greedy motherfuckers. They decided that they get to get $500,000 minimum each in their fucking pockets in relation to the investigation that followed that event that happened at the White House when all those fucking people descended upon it. You remember? Do you remember? Well, in like November of 2022, subpoenas were issued for the metadata of their phones. Not their actual text messages, metadata, the metadata. And they want money for it. There was a valid and legitimate criminal investigation going on. And the only reason that investigation ended without something happening was because it was still ongoing when the current guy sitting in that White House became president. And so the investigation went bye-byes. And so these motherfuckers wrote into that fucking must-pass bill a couple things. They rewrote the law and said that any senator, so this law only applies to senators. So only 100 people in the country at any given time are affected by this law. But if there is an investigation going on and subpoenas are issued for any data involving a senator, then the companies, so like the AT&T, T-Mobile, Verizon, they have to notify. This puts a duty onto the phone carriers. They have to notify the senators immediately, unless there is a criminal investigation going on, in which case they can delay up to 60 days. That is a procedural thing that they are choosing to now implement, but they're making it retroactive to January of 2022. So it applies to when these garbage pieces of shit traitors were being investigated. I don't know in what universe you can retroactively implement procedural rules that affect, by the way, the carriers, the phone carriers, and then make the taxpayers pay you $500,000 because this new thing that you've decided to implement was not followed in 2022. Do you know what absolute fucking horseshit this is? These 8 plus one more. They couldn't codify Roe. They can't feed starving children. But this they can do. They can rig the fucking game over and over and over again for themselves. And then the fucking Democrats will sit there and be like, it was a must pass. It wasn't a must pass anything. Everyone was perfectly content sitting here during a government fucking shutdown. You folded, and you didn't just fucking fold, you piece of shit losers. You allowed these fucking criminals to write in a windfall for themselves. As if they don't steal from us on a fucking daily basis enough as it is. They now get to explicitly pilfer minimum $500,000 each. That's the beauty of it too. It's not up to $500,000. It's minimum. It's a minimum per instance payout of $500,000. And how are we going to define the instances? Is it the subpoena for the metadata of the phone records, the emails, and the text messages? All those are 3. So per person, it would be 1.5 million per person. What the fuck is this, guys? Literally, what the fuck is this? If all 9 of them get 1.5 million minimum, that's 13.5 million of our fucking dollars. And if all 9 of them only get $500,000, the minimum, that's 4.5 million of our fucking dollars. They've got all the time and energy to put in to making up the most corrupt, self-dealing, unethical fucking bullshit. It is so unheard of. It is unheard of to make a law apply to someone retroactively, let alone an administrative procedural fucking thing that would apply to the carriers that are not government actors, and have the violation of that procedural thing cost the taxpayers dollars. And this thing only applies to 9 people. And going forward could only ever apply to 100 people in this country at a time. How the fuck are we letting them get away with this? I don't know how. What?